Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd do something different and rank the best, cheap, affordable sushi and Japanese restaurants in Vancouver. A couple caveats and rules to start off with. First, I'm only going to talk about Japanese sushi restaurants, not izakayas, not donburis, not tendons, not even Japanese restaurants that are aburi sushi focused, such as Greenleaf Sushi. We're talking about your basic Japanese restaurant that serves sushi. Second of all, you'll recognize some of these, not all of these. That's because I'll only talk about those that I find affordable. You won't see Miku or Minami in there. In general, a lot of these restaurants that I'll be talking about are Korean owned. They're not Japanese owned because Japanese owned sushi restaurants tend to be, although higher quality, way more expensive. I can do a separate video on that, or izakayas only, or tendons only, whatever you want. I can do that separately, but today's talking about the most basic, cheap Japanese sushi restaurant. Also, I'm not going to talk about an exhaustive list here. I'm only going to talk about 14 or so restaurants and rank them according to price and quality. Most of these restaurants are in Vancouver. Some of them you'll recognize are in Richmond and Burnaby because they're just cheap. And, you know, we're in a recession. Our government doesn't want to admit it, but we are in a recession. I need cheap sushi. I assume you need cheap sushi. Without further ado, I hope this is helpful for you. Oh, and by the way, I'm a local foodie here in Vancouver. I've been doing food blogging for a few years. I eat out almost every day. I've eaten at most of these Japanese restaurants many times. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Start off with the bookends of the spectrum. So the most severe ends, and then we're going to talk about the middle, and then we'll rank the rest. You know what? Let's start with the middle. Most of you know Sushi Garden. Let's put Sushi Garden right there in the middle. Now, Sushi Garden has been a favorite of mine for the longest time ever. What I'll say is this: Sushi Garden is not extremely high quality and it's not as cheap as most people expect. In fact, if you visited Sushi Garden in the last year or so, it is very different from many years ago. They caught up with the whole inflation trend and they really jacked their prices up. So that's why, if you're wondering why Sushi Garden is here and not somewhere down here in the affordable range, that's because inflation is hitting them hard as well. The location that I used to visit when I lived in Coquitlam was obviously the Burquitlam location, but now that I am in Vancouver, specifically in downtown, I visit the one in downtown, and that one is very nice. Don't go to the Broadway one. The Broadway construction with the whole new SkyTrain line is just a mess to just park there. I wouldn't go close to that one. But anyway, I digress. Sushi California right in the middle. Bookends. So we have at the very cheapest, and then I only say this one because I know most of you will comment on this if I don't mention this, Samurai. Oh boy, do I have stuff to talk about Samurai here. Okay, Samurai Sushi. Everybody recommended me Samurai Sushi when I first embarked on a journey to find the cheapest sushi and affordable sushi in Vancouver. Samurai Sushi is located in two spots. One is in Cambie, and the other is in downtown. I've tried only the downtown ones, so I can't speak to the Cambie one, but I would presume that both are the same quality, given that it's the same chain. I can't do it. I'm not picky with food. Those who know me, I really don't care. I can tolerate bad sushi. I can't eat Samurai. I've tried it 5 times. It sucks. I really hate it. But if you can tolerate really bad sushi, Samurai is the cheapest. What happened to Samurai? There we go. Okay, I didn't even want to mention Samurai, but I know most of you will comment, so there's Samurai. Alright, where is the best of the best? It is Tom's Sushi. Tom's Sushi goes right at the top here for both high quality and expensive. The thing about Tom's Sushi is, even though it's Korean owned, they make it look like it's Miku level quality. It is superb quality. I know today we're not talking about the Japanese owned restaurants. We're only talking about those that are primarily Korean owned. I think most of these are Korean owned, and that's because the Japanese owned ones or the westernized ones like Miku, they're too expensive. But Tom's Sushi is an exception. It truly is. If you've ever tried Sashimiya, the really high quality sushi places in town, Tom's Sushi is up there. Their quality is similar to that of a Japanese owned sushi place. Now, they are at the top end of Korean owned sushi places when it comes to price. They are not cheap, but of course they're still affordable in my opinion. Tom's Sushi is located on They're located on Davie Street near Denman, and in downtown Vancouver, of course. I highly, highly, highly recommend Tom Sushi. And if you buy takeout from Tom Sushi, they give you such a nice bag. I honestly would pay for the bag just once. That's Tom Sushi. Check it out when you get a chance. Now let's rank all the other ones. Let's take Sushi Mura. I think a lot of you know Sushi Mura. Sushi Mura is another one that everybody recommends when it comes to an affordable sushi spot. They have multiple locations. They used to only have one location on Oak, I believe, near South Vancouver. But since then, they've opened their Richmond location. I think they have a River District location. I believe they just opened a new one on Main or something. I don't recall. I've been to their Richmond location grand opening. It was superb. Anyway, Oak is OG. Sushi Mura, let's see. It goes, I would say it's not as affordable as people think it is. It's definitely not expensive, but it's on the affordable side. It's high quality for what it is. I would put it, and I may move this around later, but I am going to put it maybe here. Sushi Mura, high quality. Not crazy cheap, just, you know what, I'll move it on top of here. I would say it's decently affordable, so I'll just put it right there, and very high quality. Highly, highly recommend. Sushi Mujin. Alright, some of you, again, this list, some of you may or may not know some of these restaurants. Sushi Mujin is one of the ones that I suspect some of you don't know because it's in downtown, and I am the downtown expert when it comes to food because I live in downtown. But Sushi Mujin is located also on Davie Street near Howe or Hornby. It is the hidden gem of downtown. Sushi Mujin, it goes, let's say, it goes, you know, right beside Sushi Mura. I'll put it like right there. Yeah, Sushi Mujin is a hidden gem. It is so good. I think it's one of the best sushi restaurants in downtown Vancouver. I don't hesitate to bring anyone there. The vibe is nice, the service is good. It's located in central downtown. Nothing more you can ask for. They didn't really inflate their prices too much before the inflation hit to now, but that's because they were always not crazy cheap. So unlike Sushi California, which saw, like Sushi California would have been like right here had it wasn't for COVID and inflation, but now they're like all the way up here. Sushi Mujin was probably like up down here, and they just moved a little to the right. So they saw a modest increase in price. Tom Sushi, they really jacked their price up, and now they were pretty expensive to begin with. Okay, next one. Let's talk Sushi Garden in Burnaby. Lots of you know Sushi Garden, I believe, especially if you live in Burnaby. Now, Sushi Garden is cheap. Sushi Garden is definitely cheap, but Sushi Garden, I had it recently as well. It's definitely in this lower quadrant. Let me tell you, it is not okay. It's definitely way higher quality than Samurai, as you can see from my mouse cursor. I'm primarily deciding how cheap it was. I'll drop it right there. You know, it's pretty decent. It's, you know, I'll push it a little. I'll be more generous. Sushi Garden is good. You know what? No, just a tad lower. There we go. Yeah, Sushi Garden, cheap, very bare bones basic. It does the job. Very good. All right, let's do Matsuyama. Now, if you live in Richmond, you know Matsuyama. Matsuyama is that you'll see the huge ass sign. It is. You'll see the sign. It's right on Alexandra Road, and it's at the corner of, I think, Alexandra and that other road. I forgot what it's called. It goes somewhere, I would say, basic, decent quality, maybe just a tad higher than Sushi Cali, and pretty affordable. I'll drop it right there. Tokyo Joe's, another one in Richmond. That's a fan favorite. I would put it, you know, around, you know, basically Matsuyama. I would make it similar to Matsuyama. It's pretty good. You know what? Actually, no. I think it was, in my opinion, just a tad lower quality and just a tad cheaper. You know what? Maybe a little lower too. There we go. Tokyo Joe's. It's pretty good. I recommend it. I mean, anything that's cheap and edible, I love. Except Samurai. Samurai's not edible. I'm sorry. Okay, we've got Sushi Bros. Now, another one. So I'm flipping back and forth between ones that you may or may not know. And this one, I bet you probably don't know. But it's on Robson Street. It's on the Robson Street area where there's less shopping. You know, the area where there's more food, like the Maruhachi ramen, Jinya ramen. It's in that neighborhood, the Winners. It is solid. It goes Um, you know, I would say probably right there. Sushi Bros goes there. Now, keep in mind, right? Tom Sushi, Sushi Mujin, Sushi Bros, and a few more that I'm going to list, they're all downtown sushi places. I think it's very reasonable for downtown to be just a little bit more expensive than Burnaby and Richmond. Like Matsuyama and Tokyo Joe's, they're in Richmond. Sushi Garden, not only is that in Burnaby, but some of their locations are in like cheaper real estate neighborhoods of Burnaby, like Edmonds, right? So can't really blame some of these downtown ones for being a tad more expensive. But here we go. Speaking of downtown, we've got Sushi How. Sushi How is on House Street and Davie Street. It is okay. I've ordered them a couple times. I've ordered most of these places a couple times, so it's not just once. It is certainly affordable. It is also certainly, to some extent, it's affordable right there. And again, all of these I recommend, for the most part, except Samurai, and one more of these that I'll list. Let's go Sushi Van. Oh my god, Sushi Van. Sushi Van is one of my favorites. Now, their service sucks. I've never eaten in, but every time I get my takeout, I've gotten takeout from Sushi Van 30 times. The attitude is just, you know, I don't really care. I just want cheap sushi. So here we go. We have Sushi Van. Nope, no, it's not expensive. It is very affordable and very good quality. I would put it right there. Sushi Van is not in downtown, but it's still in an expensive neighborhood. It's in South Granville, which is basically, it's at Granville and Broadway. It's across from the Chapter/Indigo that's there, and it's really, really good quality. I get their sushi and sashimi bento box, and it's like $20. It has a few cuts of fish, some nigiris, some tempura, and salad, miso soup. It's really good in this day and age. What more can I ask for, right? All right, let's go Fresh Sushi. Another one that's in downtown. Fresh Sushi is on Expo or Pacific Boulevard near Park Casino, so on Smythe and Expo, or Smythe and Pacific. It is very good quality, very affordable. It would go, you know what? I think it would go, it would basically be similar to Sushi Bros. It would be like, here. Yeah, so it's like Sushi Bros. It's pretty good. I'm welcoming inside. I never ate inside, I've got to take out. It's really good. Highly recommend. Okay, Akira Sushi. Akira Sushi is one of, if not the most hidden of hidden gems out of this whole list. I bet you've never heard of it. It is very OG though. It's been around for a long, long time. It is near English Bay on Denman Street, towards the English Bay. I know I said I'm not going to talk about a brewery-focused spots, and this isn't one, but they do have a brewery presence, and their brewery is really good. But the regular stuff at this place is good too, really, really good and affordable. Considering its location, no complaints. I would put Akira. Yeah, I'll put Akira right there. Okay, finally, we get to the one that I said I would talk about. That might be controversial, a little controversial. Let's try it. Momo Sushi Bidwell. Now, okay, actually before I pull this in there, Momo Sushi. Please don't get confused. There are two Momo Sushis in downtown. There's a Momo Sushi brand of restaurants, one on Robson and Gastown. That's called Momo Sushi. That's not this one. This one is specifically called Momo Sushi Bidwell. I've never tried the other Momo Sushi, but I have my reasons for not wanting to try it because it just looks like really bad quality. Momo Sushi Bidwell though. Oh, I get this once a week, but I don't tell anyone. Why? Because I can tolerate bad sushi. It would be a bit higher than Samurai. It would be like right here. So I get it because it's so cheap. Although recently they increased their prices, so now it's, you know what? They increased their prices recently. I'll drag it like this. But it is in downtown. It is super cheap. It's on Robson and Bidwell. You know where the McDonald's is on Robson? Well, the McDonald's that's towards the Denman side on Robson. Across from that is Momo Sushi Bidwell, basically beside Cobb's Bread. It is really, really cheap, And to be honest, really bad quality, but I can handle it and I love it. So try at your own risk. And that concludes it. Thanks for watching. Please follow for more. Follow me on YouTube or Instagram. If you want any other ranking videos, even sushi related, I'm happy to provide. I am definitely an izakaya expert, so I'd love to do an izakaya version of this. But I know it's a recession. You want cheap food. I want cheap food. This is cheap sushi. Please go enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.